Hi there. So in today's video, we will be learning how to make this bridal front. This is how the back looks and this is how the front looks. And it will be paired with the dress that you can see on the mannequin. So let's just dive right into it. These are the materials you'll be needing. You'll be needing your bone. This one, I use my Regeline bone. I use my Velt bias. You need your scissors, but I would also end your softness, not forgetting your softness. So you actually cut it by the inches that you would want it. If you want it to be extra bigger, you check the inches which you would prefer, and then you cut it by that inches. Okay. So you cut that same inches either by 3 or 4. But with mine, we actually use 3 circles. Okay. So you check it out to make sure that okay, I have the same measurements, you have the same measurements. And then you get your masking tape. Sorry, I didn't add that to the materials you'll be needing. You'll be needing your masking tape to also join the Regeline bone together. Okay, so when you join your Regeline bone together, as you are seeing here, it would actually make it look quite circular. So when it looks that circular, that is how you repeat the same process with all the 3 that you have cut out of your Regeline bone. Just like that. So you use your masking tape to join them out together like so, making it have that circular effect. Then you use your bias. This is the bias that I use a velvet bias. That was what I used to achieve it. But if you can use I use a velvet ribbon. If you can use your velvet, any other bias or any other color, you just can use the one that you prefer. Provided it's a ribbon or bias, you are good to go. So this is how I smeared it around the Regeline bone. And here, so it was a client that I made a dress for. She needed a band that could go with it. So I decided to make it, and this is what the process you're going through now. It is always going to be a plus if you learn something like this, especially if you're a fashion designer, or even if you're not a fashion designer, when you acquire a skill like this, it is always great to have it. So this is what you see me doing. I'm smearing it around it. Okay, please do take a critical look at how it is being pushed forward. Okay, how it is working around it. Kindly do take a look at it so that it doesn't mess up when you're working on yours. Okay, kindly do take a critical look at how it is being pushed forward and how it is being smeared around it. Okay, so you're rolling around it like so. So once that you are done smearing it all around it like so, what you can see it, you cut it, and then you either use your your glue gun to tape it up, join it together, or you either use your masking tape. But the masking tape will still show. You can just use a thread and needle to make join it together. Okay, so this is what I'm explaining. So you either use your glue gun like so to just glue it together like so. So you add it with it like that, and that would be of great help. I would advise that you always opt for the glue gun. Okay. And yeah, so you repeat the same process all over it again. I just want you to see for sure I did that with the same process with all the 3 things that were done. If this is your first time seeing my YouTube video, I really do appreciate it. Would appreciate it if you actually do subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be alerted. Okay, kindly do that so that you will be alerted when I upload any new video. So this is it. Okay, kindly do take a look at it. You find your net like that. Okay, I'll be repeating the process again. You find the net is you cover your Regeline bone with the net. Okay, you make sure that it all gathers together beneath where the joining went. Okay, so with that, you just use your thread to tie it around it. You combine them like so, and then you arrange it to your own satisfaction. So after we are done with the covering up of the soft net, you actually get any other card that you have. If you have any other card, that would be great, or anything that can be great. But I would advise that you get a card like this, kind of a box. Okay, you get it like that, and then you cut it out with a curvy shape, a shape that would be enough for the size that you used. One of the reasons why I really make sure that I do not give you exact measurement that I use is because you might either want yours to be smaller or you might want yours to be bigger. But the moment I tell you the sizes that I use, you might be convinced to use my sizes and it might not actually complement the outfit or whatever thing that you are doing. So I want you to know for sure that if this is the yards that I'm using, okay, this is the yards of bone I'm using, or this is the inches of bone I'm using, then this is what I'm going in for. You use your own tape measure to mark it out, circle it out so that you get to know for sure this is the inches I will be working around. Okay. So that I don't impose my numbers on you. Kindly do understand that so that you can apply it and create your own. Okay. So please, if I don't share the exact numbers, do forgive me. Okay. Because I want you to be able to create your own sizes and unique sizes. When you just take a look at it and you think it's fine, you can go along with it. Like so. So here, after you're done with the card, you use your glue gun to you cut a bit of sateen. Okay, you get a bit of sateen in the shade that your bias is, or whatever color that you prefer. Maybe you want to blend them up. That would be great as well. So after that, you put it and make sure that you are covering your card with the sateen or the lace. You can also decide to spray paint it. It would all be on you. Okay, whichever color that you will prefer, you do that, and then you get a great results. Okay, so here, and also you can actually decide to use other glue to also achieve the same thing. So it's either you use your glue gun or you use your carpenter's glue. Okay, it is also known as white glue. But depending on which other one that you would prefer, you can either go in for that one. So here, this is my carpenter's glue that is being smeared around the box. I mean the brown card. Okay, the brown card. So when you do that, you smear it around it, you attach it. Please kindly do take a look at how the paper was covered with the fabric. Okay, you need to give it a bit of notches. Okay, so that it can cover the circular side of it. This is circular. This isn't really straight. Okay, so if it's straight, it would have been easier for us to achieve it. But because it has this concave effect or concave shape, you would have to give it a bit of some notches, apply your glue at the places where the fabric would be attached to the card so that it would be easier for it to just wrap around it, as you can see it being done here. Where is that? As you can see here, I hope you do understand how it is being done here. Okay, okay, so here it is being smeared around it. Kindly make sure that you make it glued to the card, as you can see it happening here. Okay, smear it around it. You would need two for this because you need one for the front and then you would need one for the back. So you would do two. Repeat the same process with the two. You need one for the front and then you need one for the, you need one for the front and then you would need one for the back. Okay. So after you're done positioning them together like so, you make sure that you do that with the same process with the back. I hope you do take a look at this and understand how the whole process is happening. Please take a look at how the whole thing is being done. Kindly do take a look at how it is being done here. because of the concave shape, I will be explaining it again. Because of the concave shape, you would have to give a bit of some notches around it so that it would be easier for you to cover it up. If it were to be in a square shape, it would have been extremely easy. You wouldn't have gone through that notches, but because it has that concave effect, you need to give it a bit of some notches so that it can lie flat and beautiful as it has been seen. If you could see the down section, there were no cuts in between because of how straight it is. Okay, that is the reason why it is a must for you to give it a bit of some notches in order to achieve a perfect result. So after that, you cut the same shape quite smaller than the first one because we will be covering up the mess that is being created in the middle of it. We're just doing this so that we can cover it up. You don't want to be showing any messy side so that you would have to cover it up. So in order to cover it up, you have to get a smaller size. You take measurement of it and then you apply it there, as you can see there. Okay, going fast, but kindly look at it. Okay, you smell it on just like that, and it's lying there. It's flying. It's lying perfectly there, like so. So that is the reason why you need to get it out. So here too, you actually try to arrange it. Just try and arrange it in the shape that you think would be great for you. The spacing and everything relies on you. You hand stitch it together, the nets together. Okay, focus on the nets together so that it can stay in place. Just in case something happens with a card, it would be together by itself. Okay, that is also the reason, one of the reasons why we do that with the net itself. So here after that, you join them together like so, using a matching thread to sew them together at the ends of each because they are circles joining where you coincide or intersect. Okay, you try your best to hand stitch them in place. Okay, and then if you have any other embellish, either is a lace you'll be using for the embellishment or their flowers or whatever you would love to use for the embellishment, you use that to embellish it. Okay, whatever you feel would be great for you to use with the embellishment, you use that to do so. The person's dress that I worked on was an olive green and I actually used the same lace that I used for the person's outfit to embellish this fund so that I could get the same shade and the same colors that I wanted. But if you want to go other way round, you can decide to actually get other appliques as well to do that. These appliques were actually taken out from a lace outfit or a lace fabric. Okay, that was what I got it from. That is where I got it from, and I'm using it to do this embellishment. If this is your first time seeing coming across my YouTube channel, please do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be alerted. And yes, there is an upload on this channel every Sunday for now and Thursday sometimes. I'm trying my best to stick to 2 uploads a day. I mean, 2 uploads a week. But for now, there is always going to be an upload on the channel every week. Okay. So either I stick to the two or I just do one. Please do subscribe so that if there are any videos that are uploaded on this channel or tutorials, you will be alerted. So here I'm still jotting out, adding the appliques together in order to achieve what we want to achieve. And yes, I'd advise that you use glue gun for your applique attachment. Okay, when you're attaching your appliques to it, you use glue gun. So here I was using a glass mirror to just to add it to get a bit of some embellishment. I was just adding it to add some embellishment to the fun. You can decide to make yours look plain or whatever, it's just you. So be you. Just make sure that the other basics that are being present, you're doing it as such. And then if this is how it looked after the whole thing was completely done. This is how the bridal fun looked after the whole thing was being done. And thank you, girl. Thank you so much. It had to be delivered to her in Germany. So this is also the dress that was sewn by us. Okay, we are open for all your orders. Do subscribe and contact us. Okay, we will hook you up with the best outfits.